Good morning. Good morning. I was actually very excited to come film today where I was like, oh my God, YouTube is my therapy. Happy Black History Month. I just, I'm like, oh, in this world, in real life, I don't have anybody to talk to. And it's not sad. I don't need a therapist. I actually just need, I don't even need like friends per se. It's just, oh, I don't have anybody to talk to. I guess I do need friends. I don't need yeah, I guess I do need friends. I would say I don't even need friends per se. And when I mean I don't need friends per se, I mean like I just need or I'm ready again for a social circle that is creative and fun and, focused on building a better world. In my life previously, I've had social circles, I've had friends, and the thing about friends is I have friends. I don't know why I said I didn't have friends. Like, it is literally my friend's birthday today. Shout out to Risha Crutcher at Risha Crutcher on Instagram. Go follow. Like, that's my real, that's my real life friend. Like, Kristen, I need to text Kristen back while we talking about it. I was thinking about that in the shower. I was like, oh damn, like Chris is my friend in real life. We've in the past year have looked out for each other in some pretty substantial ways. But when I think about how like the through line of me knowing her, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess we're friends. I didn't consider us friends because she only ever asked me to hang out to do stuff. But like, you'll be a favor. Like, can you drive me to do this? But then we would hang out and it would be fine. But I'm like, yeah, it was fine because I won't make doing a favor unpleasant for you. It was just like thinking about her, my relationship with her specifically was like retrospectively. I'm like, oh yeah, I wasn't wrong to not be sure or not be clear or not hold this identification of her because I'm pleasant. Like, I'm pleasant to be around. I don't know what world exists. Like, it's the actual upside down where I have a sibling that I clash with. I don't clash with anybody because I'm chill. Like, that's just, I just constantly explaining my personality is dead. We not doing that no more. Like, we're grown. I'm 52. I go to Pharrell's esthetician. We're big grown. We're grown. So I was excited to film today because I woke up and I didn't, I guess it was just a little bit of journaling. I was going to talk about it, but the things I wrote about this morning, I was like, we don't need to talk about it here, but I am just like very clear on my personality. Like, nobody can tell me who I am, no matter how hard they try. Like, my sibling not having an identity of their own is not my problem. And I know that that's the issue because I understand the ways in which our mother harmed them. And I'm very clear about the ways our mom was a piece of shit. You don't seem to be clear about the ways our mom was a piece of shit because you are an identical piece of shit to our mother. But that's neither here nor there. I'm like, all right, well, I've been complaining about needing motivation to slang these phone calls for cash. Child, people keep playing in my face. I don't like the money game. The money game is not my game. That's why I'm reading about the Federal Reserve, because the way everybody worships money, the way your kid is surprised that you woke up to take them to school and you think you I'm just thinking about Ethan Klein having them people call CPS on him. And in my head, I was like, damn, that's crazy. I don't believe Ethan Klein is harming his kids. As fucked up as people as him and his wife are, it never gave harming kids. Like, they've been very intentional about keeping them offline and keeping certain boundaries around them that I'm like, okay, on a baseline, because parents of that ilk will put them kids to work, okay? But like, they was like, no, our kids are not a part of our content. We're just gonna be, it wasn't respect, but I just didn't default into thinking they would harm their kids. But then when somebody called CPS on them and they was like, the kids was eating feces, and I understand the context of which they were telling the story, where they're like, oh my God, our house is so fucking dirty, it's a mess, we're busy. They got like what, 4 or 5 kids, 3, 4 kids. There's a couple kids in there. There's a couple kids, a couple dogs. It's a busy house. But like, y'all talk about your busy house very publicly. Is like, you told the internet that your kids was eating poo. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, why are you surprised that the CPS showed up at your door? Because what? I don't know. That's just what made me think about. That's just what I thought about. Like, if I had a child and somebody called CPS, that would shape me so to my, like, I'm just not, the thing is, I am an orphan. I'm not like the people that I was born into. I'm not like the community that I was raised around. Like, I'm an outsider. I don't feel like an alien or nothing like that. That's the thing. I don't feel bad about myself. I don't feel like an alien. I don't feel somehow broken. I'm like, no, it's regular ass humans out there just living regular ass lives. All this extra shit y'all got going on is extra shit y'all got going on. And I know that because there's pedophiles running the world. I keep wanting to say the government, but the pedophiles aren't running the government. They're running the money. Like, the pedophiles are in charge of the money. And that's why people are like, it's worse than, sex crimes. Because it's like you're doing sex crime. You're stealing from me to do sex crimes? That's crazy. Why would I go to work if you're still like, if I'm just going to be tagged in a way that funds the heinous nature of your lifestyle and I don't get health care? You can be I won't say it. I was going to say it because I thought it was funny. But you know what? That digital footprint matters. And you're not going to catch me on the internet saying nothing crazy. It's not true. But I don't know. Like, everybody's just so dramatic. Everybody and everything is so dramatic for no reason, except that the average I don't even know if it's common because I haven't talked to people. And the only people that I've talked to recently were on the wavelength of the psychos, on the wavelength of the pedophiles. People, you're either like, the spiritual warfare analogy of like good and evil, dark versus light, like the binary of how humans have functioned, I don't think that's like our final form is humanity, but that's the form we're in now. So we do have to exist in some sort of binary. And you know what? No, but the binary is a function of humanity because that's how you proliferate the species, through the binary. Okay, I understand. But I don't know why I brought that up. The point being, I don't know why I brought that up. The point was, I don't even know what the point was. My point was, it is like, it's one side or the other. That's whole shit. I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that. And then he just walked through basic parenting. Like, what are y'all doing? And that's not even the question, because that wasn't even where I am. I'm not stunned at that question. I know what the fuck y'all doing. You're obsessed with money and you're crazy about men. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Like, when I say I guess I came here, I don't know. When I got here, I was really trying hard to find some sort of love and respect for my sibling, because we're not that different in age. Like, we're 17 months apart. We both got a really raw end. We both got a really shitty deal. But we also both, it wasn't that bad. Like, it was bad. It was awful. It was awful. But like, you know what I mean? Like, when you can zoom out and look at your present and you're like, I have enough time and money. I am not short on time or money. That's true for me. And I know that's true for my sibling, because I've been sitting here weeks and weeks just watching, not saying anything, taking it in. I'm not judging. I'm just trying to figure it out. I know I keep saying I'm not judging and then I say something shady, but like, on that video it was mostly just jokes. Like, I'm really not judging. I'm like, okay. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, when I hit the lottery, I'm not gonna abandon my sibling. No, fuck that bitch and that nigga. Like, fuck them all the ways. Like, you can't sit with us. You can't come over here where I'm over here, because to my point about like the binary and the spiritual warfare and the they not like us, in this life right now, it is on some pick a side shit. Beyonce said pick a side, and she picked her side. She said the only double line she crosses is dollar signs. And I think a lot of people have picked the side of money, and the side of money is the side of pedophiles. That's just what it is. But don't listen to me, guys. I don't have kids. I don't have a boyfriend. I've never had a girlfriend. Like, I've been single for 52 years. Well, I mean, single. I did have a boyfriend. I keep forgetting about my boyfriend because he technically lived in another state. And when you're in high school and you have a boyfriend who technically lives in another state, you just don't talk about it because you sound crazy. He's my boyfriend. He lives in another state. He's younger than me. But I think, no, it was my senior year and his junior year, because his senior year, he went to be a senior and then, went to college and have fun and all that kind of stuff. But I was trying to think of the timeline. I was like, yeah, we were very young teenagers. But I was like, technically, he was my boyfriend. And I know this is the thing. I sometimes be like, do he even remember me? And I'm like, obviously he remember me. Like I know his sister, like I know his family. Like we came up together. He remembers me. But I'm like, am I tripping? Because he got a wife and like 4 kids or some shit. But we always follow each other on social media, and he always engages like with my Instagram when I used to post on Instagram and stuff. He would always engage, and I'm like, yeah, we're not friends, obviously, but in my brain, I never had like, oh, an old boyfriend, because it was never given that. We would just mostly talk on the phone because, again, he lived in Florida. And now I'm here realizing, because this is the second man, Florida men, leave me alone, please, every day, including Wednesday.